Happy Vlogmas day 1. Not 2, 1. I don't know how long this is gonna last because again, I am a mother of 2 under 2. So this could be our only Vlogmas video, who knows. But this isn't actually gonna be a vlog, it's gonna be a Q&A because I've been away for a little bit. So I'm gonna answer any questions you guys have for me. I asked you guys on Instagram and I'm gonna be answering them now. So if you wanna be a part of future Q&As, definitely go follow me on my Instagram. I've always wanted to do Vlogmas and I, again, don't know how this is gonna go. For me, they're not all gonna be vlogs. Some of them will be sit down videos like this, or I know I'm gonna do a makeup routine in one of them because a lot of people ask me what products I use and things like that on other socials. So I figured I would just do an updated like everyday makeup routine on here. So those are gonna be kind of like my Vlogmas videos, but there will be vlogs, what we eat in a days and things like that in here somewhere. But for the first video, we are going to do a Q&A. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and let's get into the questions. So the first question is, where have you been on YouTube? So I know I get this question a lot. I just stopped making videos for a little bit because it's just harder to think of content for YouTube. Where it's like easier to do like TikTok and Instagram. Instagram still is a little bit hard for me because I don't have like a lot of places to take pictures. So TikTok is like my main focus, but I definitely want to get back on the bandwagon of YouTube because I started this, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long ago. I want to say like 7 or 8 years ago. And I have always loved YouTube, but I've been so inconsistent with it. And that is like my biggest problem. But again, it's always so hard to figure out video ideas, what you guys want to see, what I want to create. And it's especially harder now since having younger children. I can't always sit in front of the camera and talk to you guys. So I just took a little break. I didn't know what to film, what to post, or anything like that. So I just didn't post, but I'm gonna try to come back for Vlogmas. So this is my hopefully coming back series. Is Vlogmas is gonna help me get into the swing of it all again. So that's where I've been, and I'm sorry. Favorite holiday tradition. So my favorite holiday tradition that I started with my family, which is my husband and my 2 kids, is when we put the Christmas tree up, we watch the Santa Claus and we'll have cookies or hot chocolate or something like that. This year we didn't really get into that part of it, but that's what we like to do. We like to have like snacks and stuff. But I just think that's super sweet and I can't wait to start more traditions with the boys because they are just gonna be so much fun. I have always loved the holiday season, but having kids has definitely like made the holiday season that much more special. So I just can't wait to add more traditions on. We don't do Elf on the Shelf. I personally just don't want to start that because I know that's just going to be something I either forget about or it's just going to be a hassle. So we don't do Elf on the Shelf, but I definitely want to think of something for them and I think that would be super fun. I would love to do like their own advent calendars eventually in the future, which I think would be so fun when they really get into a lot more things and like actually understand like Christmas. Because right now if I was to do an advent calendar for them, they'd just be kind of like, what? Like I don't understand. So definitely when they're a little bit older, I want to start making their own advent calendars and then give it to them for 24 days, and I think that would be super cute. But yeah, that's my favorite thing, is definitely just like putting up the tree, watching the Santa Claus, and just having that family time together. Are you done having kids? This is a really big question and I honestly don't have an answer to that right now. We have 2. Our son just turned 2 and our other son is about to turn 1 in January. So this is obviously the longest between the kids that I like haven't been pregnant, because when I had Ollie I got pregnant 6 months later and then we had Benji, and now I'm almost a year postpartum and not pregnant, knock on wood, oh my gosh. But as for right now, the plan is we're done. I am like 95% sure that we're done, but there's still that like 5% of me that's just like not sure. Not because I don't have a daughter, like I would love to have a daughter one day, but also I just don't know if I'm ready to be done with that chapter just about a week or two ago, I took the pack and play out of our room, and this is the first time my husband and I have had our room to ourselves in 2 years. So it just feels so weird and just like so sad at the fact that I don't have like baby stuff next to me at night, which sounds crazy, but it's something that I definitely miss. I loved the newborn baby stage, so that for me is really hard. I also loved labor and delivery, and just thinking about my last labor and delivery, that being my last one, just makes me really sad. But I hate pregnancy, so that is like the biggest thing. Is like if I had an easier pregnancy than my last two, I would get pregnant 100%. But just being pregnant is just not it for me. So for right now, we're done. But that could change in the future. Something that I'm excited for in 2024, or something that I'm excited to come in 2024. So I actually debated on if I wanted to talk about this or not, because I haven't even told TikTok yet. But since we are here answering questions, I might as well tell you guys. I actually have a consultation to get a breast augmentation. I can't believe I'm finally saying that. I looked at this place for years and I've just like been saving for it, and I'm just so excited to finally be in the process of possibly getting a breast augmentation. It is something I've wanted, again, for years, and I have always been on the smaller chest size, but having children has definitely deflated them. Even though I didn't breastfeed, I had no idea that you could still lose your boobs. So for me, I was small to begin with, but I liked the way that they looked. They were perky, they were full, like I just loved them. And then having kids, I lost the top half of my boobs. So I literally have nothing. A lift won't even help, because if I lift them, there'll be nothing left. So I have a consultation with a doctor for breast augmentation within the next week or two, and then I actually have a surgery scheduled for February if I decide to go through with it. So that is very exciting and nerve-wracking, but again, it's something I wanted for years, and I've researched and all of that stuff. So if you have your boobs done or anything like that, leave in the comments your experience. I would love to know. But it's something I'm super excited about in 2024, and it's just so exciting. What is my go-to Starbucks order? So right now, pumpkin is still at some Starbucks around me, so this is like what I would get if pumpkin was in season. If not, I would do a different foam. So right now I do a iced doppio. I get 2 shots of that over ice with a splash of oat milk, 4 pumps of white mocha, and then I do extra pumpkin cold foam. But if pumpkin is out of season, I would just do vanilla sweet cream cold foam. That is my favorite. It is literally just a iced white mocha, but if you order it this way, it is like $3 or $4 cheaper. So instead of paying $9, I'm paying $5. That's a little tip for you. If you want to save some money on Starbucks, that's how you order it, and like customize it to your liking. But that's my order. Okay, so I'm gonna answer one more question because we have friends coming over and I just need to get this up. So I'm sorry this was cut short. How have I been feeling after getting my gallbladder removed? So if you don't know, I haven't talked about it on here. I really only talked about it on TikTok. So if you don't follow my TikTok, you wouldn't know. I had my gallbladder removed about 2 weeks ago now. When I was pregnant with my second son. I was about halfway through the pregnancy, I think, when I experienced my first gallbladder attack, and it was horrific. I actually had to call an ambulance. The on-call nurse told me to call an ambulance so I could get monitored to make sure the baby was okay, because we didn't know what it was in the moment. But after a bunch of craziness, we figured out that it was my gallbladder. And they're like, okay, you're gonna have to get it removed after you have the baby. And it was something I didn't want to get removed because I just hear horror stories. But I tried a cleanse, it didn't work. I tried a couple other things too, and that didn't work either. So I knew that I'm just gonna have to get it taken out. My attacks would last over an hour and they were just excruciating, and it was like every month on the dot that I would get them. So I didn't want to live with that for the rest of my life. So we scheduled my surgery. I was anxious and so nervous. I literally just had the worst anxiety that entire month just waiting for my surgery. but it was the best decision I ever made. I had such a easy recovery and surgery. I honestly just can't even complain. It was amazing. I was sore for the first couple of days, obviously. My husband made me rest. I wanted to be with the boys and help as much as I could, but he yelled at me to stay in bed, which was very nice. And then I had my 2-week post-op appointment yesterday, looked at my incisions, everything is healing great, no more restrictions or anything like that. My gallbladder, she said, had a bunch of stones in there and it was irritated, so if I didn't get it out when I did, I would just have to get it out in the future. So it was better that I just did it now rather than later. So I've been feeling great. Only a couple times have I had to run to the bathroom, but literally I'd rather run to the bathroom than deal with an attack and not know that it's gonna happen. So I could be driving and it happen, and that's just not safe. So